to go back to that Arima issue.
Yes.
The Arima fire station, up to this morning, we had a meeting with our chief fire officer, and we brought up that issue. And he has indicated to us, well, that would be the deputy chief more accurately, he has indicated to us that the intention is to rebuild the fire station at Green Street in Arima.
Oh, at the same site?
At the same site.
Right.
Now, we don't know how long that will be.
Yes.
But the issue still exists that the officers that occupy the warehouse,
Yes.
that they now occupy as a makeshift fire station in Malabar.
Where exactly in Malabar that is located? Because
It is within the industrial estate in Malabar.
Malabar?
Yes, they redid
refurbishment?
warehouse, a refurbishment, but we are very concerned with the conditions that the officers have to and that is the case with a lot of stations. We have stations like Point Fortin Fire Station, Roxborough Fire Station.
Yes.
We have, Scarborough, Rio Claro, Piaco. All these station headquarters right here in North Headquarters South.
Yes.
All these stations are literally in trouble because our concern is that we are not compliant in the fire service with the Health and Safety and Welfare Act, right? And again, I want to emphasize that I'm not here to lay blame at any person or even the organization at this stage. I am making a clarion call. We as the association are making a clarion call to revamp the attitude that we will accept what has become the norm and let us make a change in terms of how we look at health and safety, because it will reflect on the performance of fire officers as we go along. And so if the long and the short of it, if we want to improve society of Trinidad and Tobago, if we want to raise the standard of living in Trinidad and Tobago, we have to engage our employees who are responsible for treating with the health and safety and security of the citizenry.
But, Mr. President, I'm really taken aback by the statement, because the fire service, based on the public's, I guess, perception, would be the bastion of standards.
Oh.
And so to hear now that it's such a major issue.
Let me give you something that may take you a little further back.
Okay.
In the fire service,
yes.
In the fire service, there isn't a single fire station that has a fire certificate, which is a requirement under the under the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Now, that is a requirement, and a fire certificate is not just a certificate, it is a document that lays out the escape plan for in the event of any emergencies. It lays out what is stored there. It guides the employees and the anybody who may occupy that space as to what to do in an emergency. And the attitude seems to be, well, we are fire officers, so we would know what to do. But that is the attitude we need to get away from. We have to set the example as the body that is recognized for really upholding these regulations and these laws. So in order to do that, we have to set the example. Every station needs to have a fire certificate, which is a requirement. We need to have a health and safety committee that is fully functional and doing the risk assessments that are necessary. And that it needs to be done on an ongoing basis, annually.
Mr. President, you're telling me that if I'm hosting an event, I'm required by law to have a fire certificate, and you don't have it?
That's right, I'm telling you. In other words, the pot can't tell the kettle, but I'm black. That's what's happening.
But that's, I guess, only in Trinidad and Tobago.
We need to step up our game. We need to step up our game.
But that certainly has to be rectified as a matter of urgency.
Yes, and that is a reflection of the wider health and safety issues. And that is just what is fire certificate.
Yes.
We have other issues that has become the norm, and we are being told subtly to accept. Listen, this is how it has been. No, the young fire officers of today are not willing to accept that this is the way that it has been, and this is what we would live by. We need to step up. The lawmakers did not produce a regulation and an act for us to use as an ornament. It must guide us to reach a new place, a new standard, a new level.
Well, I would tend to agree with you because if such a thing as that the issue of the fire certificate exists, it points to other things.
That's
because
right.
if that could be left wanting, what else?
That's right. Well,
It's not being dealt with.
We would need an entire
Yes.
afternoon program to
So
go into
into
those
that.
things.